morning and welcome to The Buzz. My name is Hannah.
And I'm Charlotte, and we will be your hosts for this morning. Please join us for a moment of silence.
Please stand for the pledge to the flag.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now for our student-friendly mission statement.
At RTS, we are learners today and leaders tomorrow.
Today is Tuesday, April 13th, and we are on a day 2 rotation.
For lunch today, we will be having hot ham and cheese croissants or orange chicken with rice.
There are no Hornet birthdays today, but today is the birthday of Thomas Jefferson.
Did you know that April is National Autism Awareness Month? Let's find out a little more about autism.
There's nothing like the first day of school. New clothes, new classes, new friends. This year, a kid named Nick came to our school. At first, he seemed a little different. Sometimes during class, Nick makes noises and gets out of his seat. There's a lady that sits in our classroom and follows Nick around, and even takes him out of class when he's distracting us. We didn't understand why Nick got to take breaks or why he got to spend all this time with one teacher. My friends and I thought, what's up with Nick? It turns out, Nick has autism. Nick has had autism since he was little. Autism happens inside the brain. This doesn't mean Nick is sick with something like the flu. You can't catch autism. It just means that he understands some things differently than most of us. Once we learned a little more about Nick and autism, we understood why he gets extra attention. He just needs a little more help than the rest of us sometimes. The lady following him around is his aide. She's there to help him in the classroom. Sometimes small things bother Nick because his senses, hearing, sight, smell, touch, and taste, all work differently than ours. Like when we work on projects, we try to keep our voices down because Nick has trouble focusing if it gets too loud. As we got to know him, we learned what we can do to make it better for Nick so he can stay in class with us. Other kids with autism in your school might have similar challenges. The best way to help them is by getting to know them. Autism affects each person differently. No two kids with autism are the same. Some kids will talk with you, but not look at you. Others won't talk much, but will try to use other ways to tell you what they want to say. Some kids with autism may flap their arms or even rock back and forth. It may seem strange at first, but it's just something that makes them comfortable. Nick really likes building and talking about model airplanes. He even brought one in to show us how the propeller works. It was pretty cool. Sometimes, though, Nick doesn't stop talking about model airplanes. We listen because it's polite, but learn that it's okay to suggest new activities too. Some of us from class joined the art club together, and we invited Nick. He mostly draws pictures of planes, but we still have fun doing the projects together. Remember that you can always include your friend with autism in activities, even if he or she does it in a different way. Don't be afraid to ask your teacher or an adult for ideas that can work for everyone. Now that we know more about autism, it's no big deal. Nick is just a kid and a part of our class like everyone else. So just remember that all of us are different in our own ways. Accepting the differences of kids with autism is the first step to becoming friends and having fun together.
There are a lot of smiling faces in our building. Let's get to know some of them a little bit better.
Hi, Miss Lynch.
Hi, Miss Lorch.
Wait a minute. I think I'm Miss Lynch.
Oh, that makes me Mrs. Lorch.
Oh.
I'm always called Miss Lynch.
I know, and I'm always called Miss Lynch. I think we should switch.
Okay,
I think let's just switch around. Okay. There we go.
Okay, so you're Miss Lynch.
I'm Miss Lynch.
And I'm Miss Lorch.
Yes. Now
Okay.
I feel better now.
I hope everyone gets that straight. Lorch?
Lynch.
Great.
Right, because I get called Miss Lorch all the time.
I know we kind of look like we're twins.
We do,
But-
but you can hardly tell us apart.
Exactly.
But now
Well,
you know.
Exactly. So
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Go
I'm sorry.
ahead.
Hopefully we cleared that up. So, I think it'd be be nice for the students to get to know us a little bit. So, have you always lived in Tennessee?
No, I have lived all over this country. I've lived in Missouri. I've lived in Texas. I've lived in Kansas. I've lived in New Mexico. Let's see. I think I about covered them all. But I've lived in quite a few places. I think my favorite place that I ever lived was in New Mexico. I lived in Albuquerque from the time I was about 15 till I started college there, and then got married and moved to Texas, and then finished college in Texas and ended up in Tennessee.
Wow.
So how about you? Where have you lived?
I've only lived in a couple different places, but I've lived in Iceland, Illinois, Maryland, and Tennessee.
Wow. Wow, which was your favorite place to live?
Probably Iceland because it's so different
Yeah.
and it's so fresh and clean. I
Do you
love it.
remember Iceland, or did you move there when you were a kid, or you?
I lived there a couple different times, so but I do go back and visit. My mom lives there, so I go back and
That's
visit.
right, that's right. A few years ago, your mom came to my classroom and read our classroom some stories, and it was
Nice.
really fun to have her.
Good.
So,
Do you have any children?
I do. I have two. I have Connor, who is almost 24, and I have Kathleen, who's almost 21. And Connor is a truck driver for Publix, and he drives every single night from Tennessee to Atlanta and back again. So I don't see him too often. I might see him, a couple times a month. Maybe he'll come over and visit and hang out and eat, and then he's gone. And then Kathleen is going to be an animator, and she is she's going to Columbia State, and then she will be going to MTSU in the fall.
Nice.
So they're both really, really good kids. How about you?
I have two daughters, and I won't tell you how old they are because they're very old. One's a teacher, and one stays home with her children.
So Miss Lorch, tell me, how long have you been at Randolph Howell, and what is your favorite thing about working here?
Well, this is my 5th year here, and I love getting to know all the kids because being a school counselor, I get to work with all the kids, and so I love, love, love that. Lots of names to remember, but I love that.
That's great. That's great.
What about you, Miss Lynch?
Well, this is my 4th year teaching first grade at Randolph Howell, and I never thought I would be a first grade teacher, but I absolutely love it. My favorite thing, I think, is sharing books with my kids and doing art projects and fun things in the classroom with them, doing STEM with them. I love to get them excited about reading because that's something that I love. And then we just, I love science and math, so we have a lot of fun exploring different science and STEM activities. And then I know my mother would never believe this, but teaching math and getting them excited about math is something we have a lot of fun in our classroom too.
Well, that's
So-
great.
Mhm.
So don't forget, I'm Mrs. Lorch.
I'm Mrs. Lynch.
All right, bye.
Now it's time for the joke of the day. What do you get when you cross an elephant with a fish?
I don't know. What do you get when you cross an elephant with a fish?
Swimming trunks.
Thanks and have a great day.